if you're just starting out and you haven't signed any clients yet and you're relatively new, then don't pick a niche. It is the worst thing that you can do, because this is where I see so many people going wrong. You know, they listen to the big guys like Alex Ramosi or like some of the other people who are really big, and they say, yeah, pick a niche, pick a niche. And although that is true, you know, you will earn a lot more money if you pick a niche. But if you are not quite sure about it, then it is the worst advice basically that you can have. Okay, for advanced people who are already having like 10 clients, something like that, yeah, they should be looking at picking a niche. But other than that, then don't pick a niche. Because here is basically why. Because when you pick a niche and when you are picking an offer for them, like creating an offer for them, what you're doing is you're making assumptions. You're assuming that what you make is good. But 99% of the assumptions are wrong. The only way to truly find out is to test, is to learn through experience, is to start helping some people, like coach some clients, like at least 5 to 10. Then you have like a little bit more data at least to know which niche you will pick, maybe like for the rest of your life, right? So before you make a decision like that, really think about it. Do I have enough data to make this decision? Because I've made this mistake as well. Like when I first started out, I just picked a niche, I just made an offer, but without absolutely knowing nothing. And I've made the same mistake multiple times. I've wasted so many hours that I just could have prevented from me wasting all of these hours if I just knew um, if I just knew this one thing that I'm going to tell you today. So what I used to do, right, was I was first of all I wanted to pick a niche and an offer. So I used to spend around 5 hours on planning. Okay, so we who is my niche, who is my offer, 5 hours we're going through planning. Then what I would do is I would spend 30 hours on actually like creating an offer for them. I made the outline, even like nice courses, presentation slides, everything like that, like 30 hours for that. Then what I would do when I have an offer, I thought, okay, what do I need? Maybe I need a website. You don't. But I basically spent like 20 hours on building a very good looking website. I'm still proud of it to this day, because it is such a nice looking website, but it didn't make me any money. So it was fun to do, but it was not high leverage for me to do. Then once I have an offer, like what then do I need? I spent 15 hours on basically building a funnel. Okay, yeah, like how do they go from my content? How do they then go to my website? And then what do they do? Like, 15 hours and then maybe like 30 hours for the marketing. Actually doing outreach, like the making content about this offer. 5, 30, 20, like this is 50, this is also 50, 100 hours. So 100 hours to build something that isn't even good. And I've made this mistake like twice. I've almost made it like a third time. Luckily, I was able to spot the pattern early, and I only made this mistake like 2 times. So I wasted basically like 200 hours, and I literally got nothing for it. So that is why it took me like so long, like 15 months before I signed my first client, because this doesn't work. Now, I will give you now like an alternative based on this, because like imagine if I have kept doing this. you know. I've done this like 5 times, then 500 hours, and maybe I then wouldn't have earned anything, maybe, or maybe like a few clients where I thought, this isn't worth it, like I give up, you know, and then I wouldn't be here right now, like earning more than $10,000 per month, by the simple thing. Okay, so if you repeat this like 5 times, you know, then okay, you're like a little bit of a donkey if you do that like 5 times, but that is okay. Instead, I'm going to give you this advice to prevent this, to spend your time good. And that is basically by just first doing the research, not with anything in mind. Don't have an offer in mind, don't have a niche in mind. Yeah, of course you can have a little bit of a direction, you know, but don't pin yourself down to it. Don't think, okay, this is the only thing that I will do. Because first, of course, it is important, okay, what is the most valuable problem that I've solved for myself? You know, who is the people who I can help the best? Basically, like, guess, but don't pin yourself down to it. Still have an open mind and be open for different opportunities. So the way we figure out what the best opportunity is from research. You basically need to hop on research calls. You basically need to hop on 30 research calls. Now, what does that actually mean? Like, what does a research call mean? Well, that means like hopping on a call with somebody who might be like a potential lead. So if you think like, what are the criteria to hop on a call with them? Do they have a 1% chance of actually like becoming a paying client? Like, if it is like your mom or something, or like your best friend who doesn't want to do anything to do, who doesn't have anything to do with the things that you're doing, okay, probably don't hop on a research call with them. But if it is like somebody who actually has the same interest as you, who does the same thing as you, doesn't matter if they are ahead, doesn't matter if they are at a similar level, doesn't matter if they are behind you. If you do a research call, then that is great. Now, the best way to hop on a research call is like through the DMs, you know. First you need to make a connection with them. Then, okay, so connection, transition, connection, direction, transition. So first these calls, you can only do that through your network. Hop on your network on these calls, because if you haven't like built a connection already with those people, then they are not going to hop on a call with you. So first, make sure there is a connection, make sure they are in your network, then take the conversation basically into a direction. So, hey, how's it going with this outcome, or whatever your offer is? And then you can say, hey, would you be down to hop on a call, so I can have a better understanding of the market, basically. And then basically they are doing you a favor, but they are only going to do you a favor if you have like an actual connection with them, because otherwise they would think, no, like, I don't want to help you. So make sure there's a connection first. Now, when you're on the research call, you can ask for a few different things. You can ask for their current situation. The second is the desired situation. And the third is the biggest bottleneck. So these are basically the only 3 things that you need to know. What is your current situation? What are you now? Then they will likely list like a couple of different things, you know, and these 2, it creates a gap from where they are now to where they want to be. Now you know, okay, this is where they are now, this is where they want to be. And what is the thing that is stopping them from getting there? You know, maybe it is like a limiting belief, maybe it's something technical, maybe it's like mindset related, maybe they don't have the right knowledge or information. ask about what it is that is stopping them. And once you have these 3 points, make sure you collect that data and you put it in a safe place, somewhere digital where you can easily look at it. So it's safe, because this is gold. This is literally gold. Like if you have a bunch of this data, like if you've done 30 of these calls, you have a great solid understanding of what the market wants and what they need help with. Now, then once you have 30 of these calls, like a call might be like an hour. So to do this is like 30 hours, and maybe you will spend 70 hours of like doing the comments and the DMs and the outreach. So this takes about 100 hours as well. But even though you haven't made any money yet here, all you've done is research, now you are in the right position to selectively like pick a niche, which is already like proven and tested, because you've literally talked to your leads, to your audience, to the people who are in your network. So then you've spent 100 hours doing this, then you can make like a very solid direction, because most likely what starts to happen, of these 30 people, you know, maybe you can help 10 of them. You know, 10 of the 30 people, they have a problem which you can solve. From those 10 people, you're going to make them a custom roadmap on how they can like achieve their goal. So they know what to do, they know why to do it, and you make an offer to helping them get there even faster through your mentorship. So if you hop on 10 calls, or if you do 30 research calls, maybe 10 people you are going to make an offer, maybe 3 of them you will close. Then you have even more data, and then you can work with someone for like an extended amount of time. Then you really will know, okay, what is the leads, what is the type of leads I can get consistently and reliably. Do they have a problem which I am able to solve, and are they willing to pay for it? And once you figure that out, then you can make like a clear decision on what niche to pick. But before that, you don't know. So every creator or entrepreneur basically goes to 2 different phases. First is the exploration phase. And the second is the exploitation phase. Now, when you're just starting out, you're here, clueless, don't know what to do. You don't know what to do. Now, don't pick a niche here yet, because then again, what if you're wrong? What if you spend all of this time and energy working on something that will even give you the results? And now, don't be too arrogant. Don't think, no, but this idea that I have, that will work, because everyone thinks that their ideas will work, but first test it. So what you will do in the exploration phase is you will test different doors, test different basically like opportunities. I've right now like made like 7 of them, but it can also be like 5. It can also be like 3, right? But the point is, explore these different opportunities, and these opportunities are literally like the offers that you will make. So if you, for example, do 30 of these research calls, and then 7 of them you can help, right? Or maybe 10 of them you can help, and you make them an offer. Well, maybe for a few of these, you know, and those different things, like you're not going to do that one by one. What you will do is in the exploration phase, you will test them all simultaneously. So you will go through all of these different tests. You will test all of them then you will see, okay, like what is the biggest opportunity? Well, and if you've made like 10 times an offer, 10 times a pitch, maybe one was this one, you know, and no, the person, they needed help with it, you know, but they didn't want to pay money for it. Okay, then that is not a good opportunity. Now, what about this one? Okay, maybe that failed as well. And maybe this one failed as well. Maybe this one, it succeeded, and they were able to pay like a bit of money for it. Okay, cool. That one succeeded. Maybe this one succeeded as well. Maybe this as well, and this one didn't. Okay, three of them, you know, three of those people I closed, basically. So these are then the biggest opportunity to go for, of course, because now you have proof that people want to actually pay you money for it. Then what you can think of, okay, maybe there were like, this one only got me one lead, and that is like an exception, you know? Okay, then that is not a good opportunity as well. And if you compare these two, then maybe this one, you got the other people the better results than this one, and this one you get more leads consistently and reliably. So you only focus on this. You close the other doors, close the opportunity, and you focus on one thing. And that is basically the exploitation phase. You exploit this one different thing. Because first of all, when you're just starting out, you have to say yes to everything. Hop on calls with absolutely everybody, you know, try to help everybody, done for you work, done with your work. It doesn't matter if they have a problem and you can solve it, then you should make them an offer. Once you've compared all of these things, and when you know, okay, this one is the biggest opportunity, then you close these doors, you focus on one thing, and that is when you pick a niche. When you get leads consistently, get those leads consistently and reliably, when you give them like when you can help them solve a problem or achieve a valuable outcome, and if they are able to pay for it, only then will you go into like the exploitation phase. And then you might be thinking, oh yeah, but maybe like this was also a good opportunity, right? Why should I only pick this? Wrong question, because I'm going to do it again, because this is just so important. If you have two different things, you know, you will make a bit of progress in two separate ways. But if you combine them, and as you know, business is exponential. So even here, you know, like for example, in the first, in from here to here, you might make your first dollar. Then from here to here, you know, you might make $1,000. And then from here to here, you might make $50,000. So it is exponential. Like the more time and energy you spend towards something, the more results that you will get. But it works exponential, because like focus, like I said in the previous video, is concentrated energy, basically. So for example, like if you have like a ray of light, or if you have like a ray of light shining through a magnifying glass, like if you have a circle that is really small, or if you have a circle, for example, that is like this, that might not necessarily like do it. But if you then, sorry, like my timer is going off now, let me quickly finish this. But if the circle is like a tiny bit smaller, so even though this one is twice as big, this one won't start a fire, this one will. So keep in mind that you always have to basically focus all of your attention towards one thing, and that is how you will get the greatest results. Only then you can pick a niche. So yeah, bye.